Hello agains, it's me, Nanigans, coach of the Panhandle Pollies, and I'm here presenting the first ever Panhandle Presents of Indigo League. This is for Indigo League Season 4. I think we're gonna do two different videos, one with Outlaw Division and one with Deputy Division. This is just my thoughts on the current status of, you know, how the drafts are currently going, how everybody's seasons are playing out. I just like kind of compiled a really crappy picture together of just like what I kind of think. And I just wanted to go a little bit more in depth on some of the teams. So without further ado, let's start with Deputies. So in 16th place we have the High House of Alleys, who has a really strong team, but has fought some of the highest tier players. And they have a really good team that definitely has tricks up their sleeves. Blaze Weave is such an offensive combo, but at the same time, it just feels like Blacephalon hasn't done anything for them. There's defensive wall region core of Slowbro Amoongus is obviously very good, but it just feels like people have really consistently found ways to break into that core. And I feel like my biggest note on this team is that I feel like Slowbro has ran heavy duty boots, I think, every week, which the team has several boots users that all want the boots, so you gotta spread the boots around. I really hope High House of Alley can get some wins this upcoming weeks. They definitely are a good player. I fought them, so I see that they are a talented player, and I wanna see them get some dubs. In 15th place, we have Delta, the coach of Phantom Force. He gets crit, he gets paralyzed, he gets burned. He's a good player. He's almost won a league. He's just the most unlucky person I've ever seen in my life. He sells art. Commission him. I honestly don't even know what advice to give him. His team's good. It's a little top heavy. Per Ugly being an MVP is a little season 2-y, if you know what I mean. But I don't know, I just really hope that I was able to get some momentum going. He's got a really good region core. It's weird that we have two region cores in the bottom two. But I have high hopes for Delta. I hope he can make a comeback. The Mormon Miniers. So Ido is one of the players that was in our Ocean Division last season, and he got promoted to Deputy for obvious reasons. He kind of rolled the entire division, and definitely shouldn't have been placed there. But he didn't win it because he sandbagged a little bit. Whoopsies. But he has not had a good time. He is able to maintain a lead so early in the game, and he keeps it really well, and then like one bad thing happens and he just loses all his momentum and gets totally counter-swept. It's happened twice at least. I don't remember the third game that he lost, but you know, he's beaten Marcel, and Marcel is an incredible player. So Ido definitely has what it takes to, you know, win his next 4 matches and still make top 8. But it's definitely gonna be rough for him. His weakest link, in my opinion, is definitely this Chansey. This Chansey has done almost nothing for him. Comes in and usually gets 2-hit KO'd, unfortunately. Whereas Doug Trio has been almost his clutch factor every time, but just not enough. I really hope Ido can turn his season around, for the sake of all the Ocean Dwellers from last season. SJT Vertigo, the coach of Tyrannical Typhlosions, was also a promo from last season, and he's currently tied with Ido for the bottom 4. A lot of us voted his team to be one of the best, and you know, this Venusaur has taken some names, and he's got a really good all-around team, I think. I think he traded the Chandelure for Stakataka, his MVP of last season. So maybe he's trying to stack his MVPs. Maybe some changes will happen. His team is just really ice weak, unfortunately. Like, yes, he has Paliswan, he has Makalola, and Inteleon, and Torkoal, but it's like, his 3 big monsters are all ice weak, which is very, not super favorable. Well, adding Stakataka to that will help, I think. But, I don't know, his monsters get abused, or, I don't know, like, his team's really good on paper. I just think he's, you know, made some misplays here and there. I really think he has a team to make comebacks happen. He's also my personal demon. I've never beaten him, and he always beats me in any game we play together. So, I think he has what it takes. I think everybody, I should stop saying that because I think everybody has what it takes. Next, anyways, we have Bobbles, coach of the Austin Shell Smashers. He's our lowest placed, no, not true. Kodaka is our lowest placed newcomer. Bobbles was somebody that I did our first ever draft league with the West Texas League that totally collapsed under like a week. But I know Bobbles is a very competent person and a very competent player. Oh my goodness. I think, like, I don't know. I just don't get his team, really. I think it's not very strong. I see so many ice weaknesses, and then there's Milotic, right? And, like, Alolan Marowak, right? But, like, I don't know. You don't need this Hawlucha. Like, Slowking Galar is on board still. And not Slowking Galar, just normal Slowking, Kanto Slowking. I don't know. I feel like you can get so much more out of these 14 points than Hawlucha is doing for you. I just don't see any, you know, great ways to set on Burden, and I just feel like he's a wasted slot when you have this. Garchomp is right above it. Alola Marowak is right above it, right below it. Like, I don't know. I personally feel like Hawlucha does not belong on this team, and I know that Hawlucha is a soul pick for him, but I really think Hawlucha needs a buddy. He needs somebody to set on Burden. Otherwise, I think he'll continue to struggle for the rest of the season. I don't know what else to say about this team, really. I don't know. Maybe this video is a bad idea. Anyways, so September and Slox are both tied. September, I'm just saying, like, for real, if Sep doesn't, like, just quickly put together a team in 10 minutes and then play her match, she's probably going to make top 8 for one, and then probably win the season. If she, like, even puts an hour into prep, her teams get so much better. Also, this Tentacruel is a monster. It's holding her down very, very well. I really love her team. And I don't know. I'm a believer. I think she can make a comeback. She is also the person that knocked me out last season, so I kind of want my revenge. So I'm rooting for you, Steph. So Slox, the SoulCal Squirtle Squatters, won our Ocean Division last season, so he was also a promo. He drafted nothing but sand Pokemon, and that's hilarious to me. I don't think he's even got Honchkrow once, which is even more funny to me. He was going to win his first match 5-0, and then totally just threw for no reason. But he had it, so he could be 3-1 plus 5, but he's not. This is what it is. This is where he is. And where he is gatekeeping. I don't think Sox is going to win this season, personally. I don't know if he makes top 8 this season. But what I do know is he's stopping other people from making top 8, which is so fascinating to me. Slox is truly a monster, and if you are fighting him, you cannot sleep on this dude. Ever. And, you know, you can't really predict him, because Slox doesn't know his win con. Slox doesn't know what he's doing. And it is so... it's insane! This guy's a monster, and I love every single game he plays. Is the most entertaining game that week. It's hard not to give him match of the week every week. Or it's also the worst game of that week, if he doesn't win. I don't know, Slox is my fan favorite. He's also Hook's fan favorite. Hook says he's the biggest underdog this season, and definitely will make some noise. So our newest coach that I think he was a last minute addition that actually has an insane amount of experience at draft leagues. Bebsy and I thought he was gonna come in and he was gonna sweep everybody. And I still think personally that he can do that. He made some trades on his team, completely changing the identity. I think it's so much better than it was. I thought it was pretty like budgety and kind of weak, and Vaporeon was really the only... Vaporeon and Coco was like the only thing holding it together, really. But so far, Vaporeon has gotten like sat on every game pretty brutally, actually. And Coco has been the reason I think he's been winning. No, he won a game because he reverse sweeps every game. He gets down to his last Pokemon, which is either Tapu Koko or Gligar, and then he's able to make a comeback happen that way. Super fun gameplay, makes him very interesting. It's how he broke Slox, he broke Ido the same way. I have high hopes for Jazzy. I think his games are super entertaining. I think they're super fun. So, Season 2... Sorry, was that clap loud? Season 2 champion, Mordecai, winner of our, I don't know, not our most cursed season, definitely our, weakest power level, and he had the, debatably, the most cracked, or, like, top 5 cracked team, but he's able to, he's been pulling his weight this season, with either insane luck, or insanely bad luck, almost rivaling how bad Delta's luck is, for that matter. Losing to very unfortunate circumstances, but always also winning to very extreme circumstances. He has really good rock setters, really good web setters, which, if you don't know, Masquerain is an insane web setter. I don't care what you say. His team actually isn't that offensively present. It's more pretty defensively, I'd say, which I don't think is particularly Mordecai's style. I think he's more of a hyper offensive player, bulky offensive player. So it's really cool seeing him with a new team. He also is a Hook favorite. Hook says every single battle is going to be an absolute trip. Like with Slox, doesn't expect him to win, but he expects it to be extremely entertaining with every single game. Which so far, every single game has been extremely entertaining with Mordecai. We also changed his avatar without his permission because that shit's funny as fuck. Alright, sorry Mordecai. And he's still in top 8, you know? So, I think if he's able to keep winning, he can clutch it, for sure. Mordecai, Craver, coach of Versatile Varmints. An OG Unova player. Drafts a really good Fairy, Steel, Dragon Fantasy core, and an insanely good Elemental core with Greninja, Delphox, and Decidueye. Although, I don't know. I think his team's really good, actually. I fought against his team, and it was kind of a nightmare to prep for. Which I understand my team was also a nightmare to prep for, but there's just something about Craver's team that I didn't like prepping. Maybe it's his speed tier, which he has insanely good speed tiers. He has insanely good bulk. He has just an overall really strong team. Craver does what he does best, and he drafts an insanely good all-around team every single season, which is always what he's trying to do. But I think because his team is always pretty well-rounded, he's always kind of blending into the middle of the pack rather than taking an early lead. The only time that he hasn't been middle of the pack and he won his season 8-0 was when he had by far the best team, which was in Indigo 2. And the only person that was able to beat him that season was Mordecai, for that matter, in finals. But yeah, Craver is a top 5 Indigo player for sure. Dude, this guy could just win for any reason. He's a really good player. So Tasty, out of all our promoted Ocean Dwellers, he's performed the best. He's kind of been adopted by me and Bubsy a little bit. Because, if you don't know, Bubsy and I used to send paragraphs and paragraphs to each other, for the other person to wake up to about our matchups. And then, once Tasty started playing, he started doing the same thing that we did. So we, kind of have this, paragraph squad where we just send paragraphs to each other. It's pretty funny. But, I definitely see Tasty, and I see his potential, and I think he's a really good player. I think he overthinks so much, though. I think he's competing with the thought process of him not being on the same playing field. Which, look at what place he's in and how good he's doing. He's on the same playing field. I think he needs to, like, kind of, calm down and mentally prepare himself and just say to himself, like, my opponents are just as scared to lose to me as I am to lose to them, you know? I think if he's able to sit down and, buckle up, he can really get it. I don't know. I think Tasty's a shoo-in to make top 8, honestly. The only reason he didn't make top 8 last season was because he picked up a team that was already down. Then he ended up winning the Krug bracket. I definitely think Tasty has what it takes. I think every player has what it takes. I think Tasty is definitely one of my favorites going into mid-season. For sure. Vibe is making top 8. I don't care what anybody says. There's no propaganda you could tell me to say that Vibe is losing more than 1 to 2 more matches. I don't know who he's playing. It doesn't matter to me. His team is insane. This player is insane. He caused insane upsets last season. He's the only player that beat me in my season. In the preseason, anyways. And he managed to cause crazy upsets in top 8. Vibe has literally everything he needs to go the distance. I really, really believe in him. I really believe in his team. I think it's absolutely incredible. Vibe definitely. I think it will make moves. Martzel. I think Martzel is a player everybody should strive to be. Calm, collected, great, well-rounded team. Can run multiple different sets on multiple different mons. And, Martzel doesn't talk too much, but from what I have talked with him, dude's smart as hell. Don't sleep on him. Don't sleep on anybody. Don't sleep on Martzel, though. This player, I think last season, he was projected to go, with no losses until he played me. And so he was in the lead basically all season until he fought me. And then I think he might have choked a game versus somebody else, but I don't actually remember. Martzel, is insane, and we all thought he was going to win last season. And I think it's very possible he does it this season too. Or I think a lot of us are thinking that way too. So this dude I saw his name and I immediately smiled. Goldenboy, coach of the Gunslinging Mudblugs, came to this draft with an in-game team. He drafted Excadrill and just traded it for Reggie Draco. Of all things, he traded it for Reggie Draco, which is so... Dude, that's just like the most Chad move. What a fucking goat, dude. He has no fear, full confidence, and he brought an in-game team to a draft, and he's ending games with it. Like, dude, he leaves me speechless. He's like Slox, but he knows what he's doing. And look at this is like, artwork is insanely good too. So like, you know what he's doing just based on his art, essentially. IMO. No, his team's great. I know everybody said like it's an in-game team, and like that's like the joke, but like, dude, his team's really good. Like, I don't want to fight this team. He's like 6-0, 5-0 to people. And he's only lost to Vibe, I think, and that's partly why I think Vibe is such an insane player. But Golden Boy is our highest placing newcomer. So honestly, huge congrats to him at that point. He's making waves, and he's definitely earned his spot in Indigo history. You know him, you love him, you raise your sunglasses and throw them on the ground and step on them. It's Bebsy, coach of the Sonoma Slowbros. He's won 2 seasons. Always a threat to win any season at any given point, basically. He's made some very valuable trades that has made his team stretched out, but also significantly better. He's got an insane Fairy Dragon Steel Core. He's got insane support for his Pokemon. He's got, like, everything can come to a battle, and all of it's good, all of it's viable, even his budget points. I think I always believe in Bebsy. Bebsy doesn't believe in himself. Bebsy's biggest weakness is that he overthinks way more than anybody else, even when people are thinking so little that they're able to outsmart him. I.e. looks in mirror. No, I love Bebsy. I always think he has what it takes to win. Whoopsies. Sorry, my music keeps stopping. Whenever I have OBS running, music stops playing around 3 minutes. I don't know why. But anyways, our final coach in first place is Whoa! Nanigans, coach of the Panhandle Pollies, host of Panhandle Presents, creator of the Indigo League server, founder of these drafts, artist on twitter.com. I don't want to talk too highly of myself, but I think I drafted a really insane team with several insane cores. I think my biggest problem is my speed tiers are terrible, like always, because I don't draft for fast Pokemon usually. I think I really kind of lucked out. I think Slowking Galar lasting to round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is a little crazy, and nobody realized it until I did, and I was like, oh, yeah, that fits my team perfectly. So I scooped him up, even though I wanted normal Slowking. Slowking Galar was up, you know, got him. And he's a monster. I don't think he's died once yet. Regenerator is the best ability in the game, and especially in draft format. Eat Arby's. Lol. Bye. Okay, well anyways, not actually bye. I think I have a really good Fairy Steel Dragon Core. This video is so long. It's okay. Alright, I don't know what else to say. My team's good. I'm based. Bye.